So let's start from the beginning, so we don't miss anything out. Of Cwnatan to Thonna Elen. So what that means is from the Kennet, the Cwnatan, to the not elm, the elder, an elder tree. From Thonna on Wodnes Dene. So that's what we just talked about. We are in Woden, but it goes on. Thonna to Woden on Mare. Thonna to Woden on Mare Weya, which means to the woods. On to Mare Weya, which means boundary way. It's not just a boundary, it's a way of boundary. So this road might very well have been the way, the road. And then Thonna on Hursley up to Wodnes ditch, and on Titfirth's gate, and we're going to do that in a minute. The sun's gone down behind the hill. Well, rather, I've gone towards hills and the hills overshadow the sun. And now the true temperature is now cold, damp, muddy and wintry, when it was pleasant and bright beforehand. That to the right of me, I don't know whether you can see it, that's probably the Hursley. It's a clearing in the woods, a bit of rough pasture. So we're here, and this is Hursley Bottom. So I'm going to go and look. We're heading up to the Wansdyke now, which is named in the charter. It's one of the reasons we know what it's called. There's several charters around here, all the way to Bristol. It's mentioned Wodnes ditch or Dyke. It's very peaceful. We're starting to see Sarsons. So if you're looking for the Sarsen stones from the area where the stones of Stonehenge were originally dug up and taken to Stonehenge, is in Hursley Bottom, and that's where we are. That's Hursley Bottom there, down there, and then head, is it west or southwest, up the hill. There's quite a few. We're heading up to the Wansdyke now, and there's quite a few. We can probably identify. Well, we can obviously identify the Wansdyke. The Titfirth's gate is not. Might not be identifiable. It depends whether there's any other gates. I know there is a gate. That is a gap in the earthwork, but there's a whole load more afterwards on the way to shoot Hangrun, which suggest, which I don't think we're going to be able to identify. I am looking for a pond because there's something nearer, which is a pond very often, and we might be able to find that. Anyway, let's go and find this Wansdyke. I think this is Titfirth's Gate, Titfirth's Gate, which is Titfirth's Gate, Titfirth's Gate in the charter. Those vowels are very stupid. I think it is. I'm going to have a look round, sort of, you know, half a mile here and there, see if I can find any more gates in the Wansdyke. If I can't, I'm going to call this out as Titfirth's Gate. The Wansdyke is a sub-Roman. That is, after the Romans left, there was a rump of Romano British culture. A lot of the rich buried their money or ran away with it, heading south to Brittany or further in the Roman Empire. But what was left, there were tyrannies, individual sort of Romano British kingdoms led by strong men. So it looks like this was a boundary marker, that fortified wall and ditch that was north, because we know the ditch is on the north side of the dyke. We know it was defending something, a kingdom to the south, a state to the south, statelet, and that was probably Romano British against either other Romano British statelets or the invading Anglo-Saxons or the Irish or the Picts. So there was a period of disorder. This is after, like, you know, a century of Roman civil war. A couple of pretenders to the Roman throne appeared in England and Britain took their armies south into Europe and disappeared, leaving the country depleted and easy prey. Well, not easy prey. I mean, as far as the Anglo-Saxons, the ancestors, the English, it took them 200 years to take over England. So it wasn't that easy, but the Romano British, or the sub-Roman Romano British, had a really bad time of it. But anyway, this is Wansdyke. Woods are very quiet, but quite a lot of people. No, I'd say there's about a dozen people I've met in the last hour walking through here, and it's quite a big wood. So it's actually a nice peaceful place to come. That's popular, but you can find places to walk where it's quiet and there's nobody else. So I'm walking along the Wansdyke now. There's a pathway, a road in fact. And it heads off to a lost medieval village called Shaw, and it goes across some pasture land, and the hedgerow defines, well, the hedgerow, the dyke is the hedgerow as it goes across. The hedgerow's on top of the dyke, so it's nice and easy to see. Plus you can sit there in the summer and have a sandwich. in the grass in the sun, which is nice.